guys, welcome to another commentary by Battleblood. So we're in here in another ranked match, and this is up against a pretty decent team. I think what we have is Maria Jadeblossom on life here. Tyler Titanblood, I forgot what he was. I think Juan is a storm, and Tara Moonweaver is a storm as well. I think well, there we go. So we're going second in this game, in this match right here. And so looking at their health, we knew, okay, well, we're going to have heavy hitters, and that myth player right there, at least the light player is in front, but it's going to stink a lot when Tyler here is in front of two storms, because he will be able to basically rip down any kind of defenses that we have. So I knew we had to basically build up pips and maybe take out any blades or harm them as fast as possible, forcing their life player not to hit us at all, but to start healing, to start shielding herself, to play other astral magic such as conviction or perhaps empowerment. So gonna go ahead and protect our lowest health player as well. And I'm just trying to build up pips. I mean, who knows what they've got. And we can expect, I mean, with two storms, that a Dispel might be placed on Fallon. So I went ahead and placed myself in a pip sensitive position at this point. And I mean, for some reason this is weird. They're putting all their blades on the storm after the myth. So I mean, but that's actually logical, to be honest. Knowing that, well, they don't need a shield breaker; they have one, and that's a myth player. So go ahead and shield up or blade up the first storm, and go ahead and once he's out of pips, send all the blades over to the second storm. So it's going to be a barrage of heavy hits. And this is just a tough match to play against, especially going second. So, two of us done here. The elemental schools of our team. Yeah, Fallon taking a huge hit. Everyone taking a huge hit, actually. Just double bladed right there. I think maybe even triple bladed with the gargantuan. That is huge. So, quick kills, quick kills. Now, we are stunned this round, so none of us get to move, none of us get to play any cards, and it's not looking good for Cass here, and yeah, especially that. And recently, she had actually, an evil number. Cass had recently changed her gear to add a little extra resist into that, so she's gonna survive. Luckily, Ronan definitely not. So there goes all of his pips. All of Fallon's pips and any blades. Actually, there weren't any blades because the myth hit. So now it's just up to Cass and I. And I mean, just it's a little bit of good news, considering that, hey, we were stunned here, or at least I was stunned, and they've basically used up all their pips. Their life cannot hit. She can dispel, though, so assuming that she'll place the life dispel upon Cassandra, we're going to go ahead and use me as a backup heal. So, but she isn't dispelling, so no one's dispelling at this point. And a Tempest comes in, so yeah, it looks like they're trying to go for quick kills, basically, and well, two Tempests would not do them any justice whatsoever. So, trying to kill off the life player in hopes of quenching any of our heals. So they think they have this match. They're pretty comfortable. She's gonna go ahead and blade up a little bit further, assuming that they're gonna take me out next. But nope, here comes the heal, and they're low pip. They're low on pips on the other side. So our team is giving a little bit of a chance, especially with Cassandra back up again. And we're gonna try to call for a heal, hoping that Fallon has a cleanse in case of a life dispel. We're assuming maybe the life will hit. Maybe the myth will life dispel. So apparently, no, there aren't any cleanses in Fallon's. So she played the next best card, Infection, in hopes that, hey, go ahead and build her pips, and affect the other player's sprightly or heal rates. So, but nope, they're gonna go ahead and hit. So we're expecting like a barrage of Tempest at this point, especially when you have two storms with Gargantuan and high power pip percentage, and perhaps even crits. I mean, there's a blade on that one girl, and here we go. Some shields are so they're getting a little bit defensive now, realizing, oh well, it's gonna be tough to mess around. Here we go. Yeah, no cleanse, so unfortunately we're only going to get half of that heal, so that person did their bidding. But nope, critical actually offsets that, so we get a full heal in effect. So, pretty awesome. Cass still has enough pips, maybe enough for another area heal of some sort. I'm going to go ahead and build up pips, as you can see, and try to get back in the game, be able to react as fast as those guys are holding up on their pips, and Ronan doing a wonderful job, beautiful job of reducing any incoming damage. So that Cullen nullifies Terra's balance blade there, unless someone cleanses her, like her partner Juan up there. And so what we're going to do is try to cover up as many debuffs as possible. And here we go, Maria. It's a surprise in a way, because we haven't seen any opponents also using Empower to speed up their pips. It's usually been Blade, Shield, Shield. So upon seeing that, we just knew, oh, okay, they know what they're doing for sure. So let's not get too confident here, even though we've escaped death and that infection. These guys know what they're doing, so there is a cleanse. He's going to go ahead and clear himself of any damage debuffs. I'm going to go ahead and make sure she cannot hit, even though we didn't see that Empower coming, to be honest, but we didn't want Maria dispelling Cass, so that's another reason for playing that. Meanwhile, Cass is going to go ahead and set me up again. You're up against players that know what they're doing, assuming they carry any kind of weaknesses or ice dispels. We're going to go ahead and try to cleanse that through Cass's attempt. Fallon's going to protect Cass, and Ronan will try to get up a bubble to prevent any kind of surprise attacks like stun. So there you go, and a dispel right there. So good play from Cass's part. I mean, this is back in the day where we were just expecting dispels from all over, and I mean, when you see that, that's why I dislike blades in a way. Like, if you see charms, it indicates what your potential is, and basically a blade just means you're going to hit eventually. I mean, it's not a shield that you're using, so there's going to be some damage points coming out sometime. So, really awesome job by Cass right there, being able to put a stop on their dispel on me and get all four of them stunned. So yeah, just noticing that none of them have conviction. Gonna go ahead and try to give us some breathing room with that stun, and so they can keep all their pips, and we'll be able to see what their next plans are based on what cards they played this round and how many pips they have. And yeah, this is unfortunate. Got a bunch of potty mouths. Basically, what Ian Emerald or the JD, as a caller, head of customer support, she gave this great tip on what you can or can't say in game. Basically, if you're not gonna say it in front of your grandmother, or if you feel embarrassed to say it in front of her, you shouldn't be saying it in this game. So, I mean, unless your grandmother was basically a former sailor, you know, which I hope for everyone's sake that she's not. But anyways, I digress. So, Fallon's going to go ahead and take advantage, because there is a potential storm dispel that could go on top of her, we're gonna go ahead and just do as much damage as we can. Take out the Myth player. I mean, that's one of our strategies. Is basically he's the reason why these storms can hurt us, you know, pretty badly. So Cass is gonna go ahead. I mean, Maria's gonna have to force herself to heal. So we're gonna stop any kind of combos going on here. Don't let her heal and then dispel us after the turn after. So here we go. So took out the Myth. He's down off out of pips, not able to take away my stun shield especially. Don't want him doing that. And let's see. Yeah, Fallon there, knowing that they're going to, I mean, she's basically going to get rid of that Storm Dispel or not. But assuming that she did, at least we put up a smoke screen in case they are depending on a double storm hit to take us down once again. And meanwhile, their Myth also can generate a power pip at any point and use blinding light on us to stun a few of us, especially Fallon, I think, and Ronan if he gets through that bubble, and on Cass especially. So we don't want 3 of our players going second, not being able to move at all. Ronan's going to go ahead and blade, indication of hitting. I had this ice bubble. I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't find it too threatening. I didn't find the Myth bubble as threatening as the storms were. So we're going to go ahead and basically try to contain that. Meanwhile, Myth is going to blade up. He's going to try to increase damage values and whatnot. Life player is down on pits, but we can't act that quickly, especially with that storm all bladed up like that. We definitely needed to find Earthquake at some point. Try to rip down their stun shields, any kind of other blades that they have, and all those blades that she's got on top of her. She just kick off something and be rebladed again. And it really stinks because Fallon's not able to play her own bubble to get rid of the Myth one. Otherwise, those 2 storms will be boosted, that's for sure. So, got another spell on top of her. And the smoke screen, well, this dissipates on top of the smoke screen, so. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and have Cass heal, as you can see, in case she gets dispelled or infected. She's low on life. They know that, you know, eventually there's going to be heal popping out somewhere. So let's see what they're doing. Gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And we're going to get a full heal for sure. Another critical. So I think this is back when... No, this is when Cass traded out her critical hat for a regular resisting one. So it's... so it's a... It's kind of a miracle, kind of ironic, to be honest. So another smoke screen from me this time, hoping to ensure that, hey, they can't hit as fast as they want or heal. Let's try to mess up the combo, and Ronan's going to further weaken them. So the End Storm has 2 weaknesses on her, or at least 2 debuffs in terms of damage. And she's going to be stalling for a bit. We're basically forcing her to hit us as she is. But nope, we're going to try to prevent having, basically have Fallon build up her pips, and I played a smoke screen in case they thought of Storm dispelling Fallon. We needed to actually take out that Myth once again, and especially with that life player under a smoke screen. He gets a pretty lucky critical double-bladed Earthquake that isn't blocked. So that is huge right there. That is insane damage. Just breaking through like that and getting through the smoke screen. So very, very risky. I wonder if he had crit gear or so, because I mean, Myth does have a low accuracy rate, so to wage his attack like that, I mean, in such a fashion, it surprises me that he would do that. But I guess he has a whole bunch of other earthquakes somewhere, and we are gonna get stunned at this point. So, lucky earthquake breaking from under the what is it, the smoke screen, and doing a critical that was not blocked by anyone, I don't think, and being able to allow me to be stunned as well. I had the stun shields, I think. Yeah, I was the only one who had stun shields at that time. So major bummer. And now we're looking for alternatives. I mean, we're expecting Tempest of some sort, and maybe the life player to hit. So we were definitely panicking at this point. And Ronan's ready to just give it all in, and I need to keep Cass up so she can heal. It's gonna be tricky. We're gonna hope that none of them can play Life Dispel next turn. So I have my Satyr out. Luckily, she was weakened. Cass taking a lot of damage. Yeah, losing her stun shields too. So we were fighting a team that basically had a lot of stun shield control. I mean, if they were gonna stun you and you're still alive, they're gonna try to kill you to remove the shields. But if you don't go down, you will lose your stun shields to an earthquake of some sort, and then be hit by double storm. So really, really dangerous to deal with, especially going second and against someone who has crit gear. So here we go, another heal, keeping her up. All their pips kind of use, and Ronan is still up miraculously, trying to deal as much damage into those players, and that we got that myth, luckily. Cass being able to keep her pips, Maria having that power pip. We're not sure if she's going to do a life dispel or not. But those storms, I mean, that Terra, I mean, with the Storm Lord right there, could stun Cass. So this is big, big, big dangers. Really critical time at this point. Let's see. And a wild bolt. Luckily, it didn't go into the 1,000, so he was relying on just that blade and 1,000 hit, which I mean, she didn't have any shields. I really don't agree with how he used that, but luckily she got a fizzle. Gonna get some shields, stun shields up here. Not sure what's going on, but Ronan doing a nice job just hanging on by a hair right there, ensuring that our team will have another better chance of living, that's for sure. And I'm trying to look for my power. What the heck is it? I need to get my rebirth up again. So these guys, with the pips that they have, they cannot take me out right away. So we're definitely going to risk a rebirth from Cass and hope that it comes off before they can strike at us. But nope, they are blasting away those stun shields. And the Tempest's gonna go through. Definitely taking out Ronan. We're hoping that Cass isn't dispelled, and here comes a Storm Lord. So here we go. That combo from the Myth and the Storm being able to stop Cassandra with a stun, unfortunately. So not able to do anything at that point. But I did have my stun shield still up, so I did empower. I'm down at wow, 800 life. I wonder if that was a typo or so, but yeah. So both of us are just so low at this point, and we're just hoping, hey, they do not dispel us. They could hit us with anything. Double Tempest would take out Cass. Not really good news for our team, obviously. And I'm not sure what I just needed to build an extra pip, so I decided to play that instead, and did not get life dispelled. But one Tempest coming through. Luckily, it didn't critical, and Cass is gonna still be up, I believe. Let's see what they've got. No, she's not going to attack. So we are in a lucky critical again, third critical of the game. Insane, because that's not even her critical hat. She just traded it in for the arena gear. So yeah, being able to get us up and critical through that, and now I have a chance to heal, and we're just gonna risk. I mean, we're gonna invest in that, and basically Cass looking for a cleanse from me at this point, knowing, hey, we can heal next round again with Cass, but nope. So just in case they've learned anything from us we decided to have Fallon go ahead and build pips up while cleansing me. Hopefully I can get that rebirth off. Meanwhile, we have the life throwing away her pips, so that's kind of good news. Knowing that, hey, she's not bent on protecting her teammates all too much. I think she's very confident that they'll stay up without a problem. Myth not having enough to... Actually has enough to stun and Orthrus or something. Or here comes the Earthquake again. So stun shield's taken down, unfortunately, with the huge damage from the bubble and its gear, I believe, and a blade. Even though he had plague on top of him, so that bubble must be huge. Or his attack boost and whatnot. So they were expecting me to like stun them or hurt their myth player, take him out or so. But instead gonna throw out a rebirth, surprising them once again. Oh, we should have held on to our pips instead of taking them down over and over. Ronan's being able to play his bubble, and so he's gonna be somewhat invulnerable to stuns. He'll have a great chance of resisting, and we're just gonna try to pound it as much as we can now. I mean, we're having Fallon, as you can see, instead of shielding, cleanse cast, because that that life player has enough for an entangle. But no, she's gonna go ahead and heal her her ally, and hey, here comes the infection anyway, so might as well take that to advantage. But I think we are gonna see a stun here. Yep, Stormlord. So cleanse does not come off. Now we have to hope that a Sprightly does show its face and take off the infection at this point. But Cass is stunned at the same time, so she isn't going to lose her pips, but we are going to have our stun shield be replaced. Meanwhile, Ronan resists the stun, luckily, and gets a Sprightly out of that, so he is going to be able to Sandstorm. Unfortunately, it won't kill that myth player. So really well played by the by first turn, just taking control of their advantage and pinning us down at all points. The other thing I have against the team so far is just the use of Earthquake and stuns afterwards. Just because we know that Earthquake isn't supposed to remove stun shields due to based on an update, a past update, but for some reason it wasn't upheld. A fix was made and stun shields weren't taken down, but people were still getting stunned, so I'm not sure if it's a coding problem of some sort. But I hope they fix that soon, because these amulets that have come out recently, that's going to hurt. Especially when you're up against 4 wizards who have myth amulets, and they can basically spam that infamous combo that the 4 stun shields were trying to prevent in the past. But now that's doable again, quite ironically. So hopefully they fix that. Hopefully they allow Earthquake to put stun shields back up. It would kind of make more. It could kind of make some sense, balance-wise. I'm not sure how it would make sense magic-wise, because the Earthquake wouldn't really stun you unless it's kind of psychological. You're just in shock that you live through moving tectonic plates. I don't know. So meanwhile, yep, going to bombard us with the Tempest once again, Gargantuan, I believe. Yeah. I mean, you don't even need pips as a sword player. You can just AoE the heck out of anyone. So 3 teammates down, and I'm low on pips at this point. So looking very very dangerous for our team, obviously, not being able to react. Storm player gonna go ahead and build up her power. And I'm going to try to build up my pips. I have 2 Sprightly ticks on me, and that's going to keep me safe for a little bit. I mean, just looking at their pips, they cannot take me down too quickly, and I'm trying to find a way. Okay, I need to build up my pips fast, but let's go ahead and get some extra heals in there. Force the other players to build up their pips and allow me to strike and maybe find some extra shields. Meanwhile, they're expecting some kind of hit from me, and if I do hit, they're going to reduce it as much as possible, but no, it's okay. I need that weakness for later when I need to do another empower after doing yet another rebirth for this game. So slowly building myself up, knowing that, well, you know what, shields, that myth is just basically going to take it down. And that Terra is ready to strike me with a bladed. So toss a shield, it's going to go ahead and just build up pips and remove any kind of debuffs on top of me in case they do place infections or life spells. And no matter how many times I've done it, it is always tough just playing against 4 people, knowing that 4 cards are being played against your 1. So when it comes to shields, it's pretty tough unless the other team has planned their decks thoroughly out. But no, gonna go ahead and get rid of that weakness, make myself look intimidating at least. But yeah, it looks like I am out of draws. So at this point, I have to look for the actual rebirth. So, not much to say about this game. I mean, it is nearing towards the end, as you can see. They're rebirth to rub it in, kind of, and remove any shields, attack me. So, yeah, they're basically going to do massive bidding right there. Put another one just in case I decide to hit or so. But nope, I'm going to go ahead and try to survive as best as possible. Smoke them and try to, again, build up pips. Look for my my rebirth. And I figure, you know what? This bubble eventually will have to go after I rebirth. So I'm going to go ahead and build up my final slot of pip and reduce, take as many unnecessary cards. I mean, I know I'm not going to do anything with Blizzard against 4 players, so might as well just play that conviction in case that myth uses an attack like Earthquake or any other attack like Minotaur or Orthrus with a critical. That bubble and those blades are definitely going to shut me down pretty quickly. So, still nothing. Gotta get rid of this myth bubble. I know I have to do. I have full slots of pips, so if rebirth comes in my hand, I can protect against that. So I'm trying my best to make the best decisions, whatnot. That myth player is looking very, very dangerous right now with those blades, and he is going to go ahead and reduce the me for some damage. So it looks like they're all going to attack at once. Double bladed with the bubble and perhaps a gargantuan on her. So 2,000, that just hurt a lot. And now I'm trying to defend myself, but knowing that those 2 storms have a bunch of pips, this is pretty much game over. So GG to the first turn right there, doing a very nice job in keeping perfect catch contained. It was a fun match, being able to come back, but at the same time, questionable because of the Earthquake and Stun Shield removal. I mean, there were a lot of times that our team had to pass, especially going second. It's tough. We can't play the spells and force him to lose pips with an Earthquake of some sort or a big hit. So, anyways, thanks for joining. GG.